Hello everybody and welcome back. The idea to tell this story, it actually came out of this person trying to contact me during my birthday, which I was not expecting, but I'll get to that a little bit later. So let's get started. Okay, so I meet this dude on Tinder. Immediately catches my eye. He's super cute, Hispanic dude. He's like a year under me, which is not horrible. He's a year under me, which is fine. I usually prefer to date dudes that are the same age or a little bit older than me, but you know what, I'm not being picky at this point. Because when you've been single as long as I have, what is life but just a continuous lowering of standards? Let's not say lowering, let's say expanding. This dude, we kind of immediately hit it off. That's how most of these stories go, right? We immediately hit it off. He was the type of person that just wanted to meet up immediately, which I was totally down with, and so I was like, okay, like let's do tomorrow. Yeah, like let's see if we like each other in person just from the get-go. Because so often when you talk to someone on Tinder, usually like if you wait too long, you start like creating what they look like in your head, and when you meet them in person, like they don't look like what you pictured them to be in your head just based off of the 4 pictures on their profile. It kind of just disorients you and kind of it affects your attraction with that person, which is not something that I'm proud of, but it has happened to me before, and I think it happens to a lot of people. We meet up at this like super nice tea place. I love tea, so like already points on that. And we connect on like animes that we like, a manga that we've watched before, games that we've played. We really like Ruby from Rooster Teeth, Montiom, rest in peace. And he recommended me this really cool manhwa, or Korean manga for the guys who don't know what that is. He recommended this manhwa called A Tower of God, which I got into. I don't really watch it anymore, and you'll find out why in a little bit. He was like a little bit awkward, but like I found it like endearing, and I thought it was very sweet. I was awkward in my own way, and like there was definitely like some sort of like mutual attraction there. So I started reading Tower of God. Like I start talking to him about Tower of God, which is a nice connection point. We meet up like one more time, and then he starts talking about how he's not that much into physical contact at first, which kind of concerned me a little bit. Like when I say physical contact, I'm not just talking about like sex. Like I wasn't like asking him like, oh, do you want to jump in bed? I was merely asking about like cuddling, hugging, kissing, like something as basic as just hugging, I think. And he was also talking about in his last relationship, like he really didn't do a lot with his partner. That also kind of weirded me out. He also started talking about how he has a general distrust of people, and that it takes him a long time to like actually do anything with people. I just asked him, you know, like, oh, like this sounds like something that you could like work out with someone. He said he doesn't want to because he's happy and satisfied with the way that he is, which I respect, but also like there does need to be a line drawn between like loving yourself for who you are, but also being open to improvement. I should make a separate video about this. It's okay to love your flaws, but like there are parts of yourself that could always stand to be improved, that you should open to be improving them, and not look at like you can not look at something as a flaw and something to be ashamed of, but still work on it. Like I've learned to not be ashamed about like how socially anxious I can be and how paranoid I can be about how people feel about me. But at the same time, I do strive to make it better, because I know that my life would be a lot better, and that I would be just a lot happier as a person if I didn't have so much social anxiety. You know, that kind of thing. Okay, so I wasn't looking to have sex with him on the first or second date, but I was like looking to at least have some form of physical contact with him, you know, like a few dates down, because from what I understand, that is how dates are normally supposed to work. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Like most of my friends were like, yeah, most of the time when I go on dates with somebody, like probably like the 3rd, 4th, or 5th date at the latest, like I'll do something with that person. Like I'm not it's not gonna be anything crazy, but like some form of physical contact, because like that is part of a relationship. It's both emotional and physical, you know? For the most part, unless you're asexual. I don't want to alienate those people. And so I told him that like, oh, okay, like I understand how you feel and I respect you, but physical contact and connection for me, that's also an important part of dating for me. So not really sure where we're gonna go with this, so like maybe we shouldn't see each other anymore. And then like he kind of backtracked a little bit, saying how like he has gotten a little bit better about it, and how like he is still really interested in me. I don't remember the details, but essentially he convinced me to like still see him for a little bit. The very next date, He kind of went in for a kiss. It wasn't like that great, and also the conversation didn't feel that great either, but like it just felt weird, and I definitely think in retrospect I should just have like cut things off with him there. And after that we go on another date, same tea place as the first time. Again, not really feeling him anymore, you know? Like I'm trying my best to like give him a shot and like not write him off, but also the conversation just didn't feel great to me, and yeah, the kissing was just awkward. Also, something that I forgot to mention is that he told me from the beginning that he really likes calling people because he really enjoys like actually having a real conversation and not over text, which I totally love and I respect that, and I really appreciate that there are people in this world that still value like a real human talk over something else. Like something he would just call me at weird times. He would call me at work even though he knows that I work. Sometimes he would call me at midnight. Sometimes he called me at normal times too, but yeah, some of the phone calls were a little bit weird. I remember him mentioning to me that like how badly he wants to like adopt a kid or something because he wants to leave a legacy, which is strange. After I told one of my friends about it, they were like, I think that's a red flag. And I'm like, yeah, I think you're right. Like you're 22 and you're thinking about kids in such like an aggressive way of like wanting to leave a legacy in the world. So after that, like I still wanted to give him a shot. Like I still wanted to go on a few more dates with him. He graduated from college and he kept telling me that he either had 2 part-time jobs or was really busy looking for a job that he was not able to see me. I wanted to be understanding because I get the struggle of like having just graduated and having to like build a life for yourself. I was not thinking about a relationship at the time. But he also said to me that a relationship was not a priority for him anymore, which I don't like, simply because he was courting me, and just because he graduated, like he has 0 time to see me anymore. I understand that people are busy. I'm a very busy person, but I also believe that if you want to see somebody, you will find a way to make time. Even though he wasn't able to meet up with me, he kept trying to call me and like message me sometimes and make small talk, and I'm like, yo, like, if you have time to like talk with me, like maybe you can have time to like meet with me a little bit. I don't know. Like there was one time where we were gonna meet up, but then he totally like canceled out on me. Like I just started like being really confused about what he was doing, because like you're still trying to talk to me, but you don't want to meet me in person. Like I don't understand what the point of like us continuing this is necessarily. I did not meet back up with this person in like 2 to 3 months. Which is a long time to wait, because this dude kept telling me that he would find time, but he never found time. That kind of culminated into like this argument on Facebook Messenger. I'm not gonna read out the whole thing to you, but he was trying to make small talk. I was being really standoffish to him because you know, I'm like, yo, like you're making small talk, but like you haven't tried to reschedule with me at all after you canceled with me. And, you know, he was saying, you know, like, oh, well, I already told you that I'm working on all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, I get that. Like, you don't have to tell me that. I'm really busy too. Like, and I'm trying really hard to make time for other people. And it feels like you're not doing the same thing for other people. It didn't end on a good note. And then funny thing is that this dude and I, we have mutual friends. And last time I was having dinner with this mutual friend, he actually showed me a picture of the Tinder dude talking to someone else and like actually hanging out and like looking kind of cute with someone else. That also pissed me off too, because like it kind of sounds like he was like kind of seeing someone else, even though, and he was like leading me on. That's the impression I'm getting. I don't know. I might be wrong. If I am, I'm not going to like try to fight it. But I got really pissed. I messaged him again. He never responded, and so I was like, okay, that's the end of that. Like, I should have ended things with him a long time ago. I was never really feeling him past the first date. Fine, I'm gonna cut him out of my life. I'm gonna like do the standard stuff, you know, unfriend him, block him, remove him from your contact list, all that good stuff. This was like about like a month or so after all of this. And so I get a phone call from him. On my birthday, he called me like he used to back when we were cool. It was in the morning too. I was making breakfast for myself. He called me and I was like, why is this guy calling me? I thought we fought. I thought we were mad at each other. I thought like I cut you out of my life. I don't know. I don't think I want to talk to you on my birthday of all days. Like talking to you is gonna ruin my birthday. And then he texts me telling me that he wants to wish me a happy birthday. There's just a lot of signs that I got from him that this guy just doesn't get certain parts of like interaction with people. You know how like after you fight with somebody that like, unless you address that certain something that you fought about, like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't know if you guys get the sense too, but like it felt like there's just something in his head where like he doesn't get the certain part, you know, like For example, why you would not call me at midnight about something like mundane just to make conversation with me. So after I didn't answer him, he texted me saying, "Hey, I just wanted to call to wish you a happy birthday." Why are you wishing me a happy birthday when we fought? Are you actually gonna talk to me as if like nothing happened between us and as if like I'm not upset at you? So I said, "I don't know if you noticed, but I don't want to talk to you anymore. So do me a favor for my birthday and don't ever call me again." Yeah, that's what I did. And it felt really, really good. Just because like I've been tempted so many times to cut things off with him when I don't know, like I guess I was just so desperate to like talk to someone and have some form of male companionship. Or maybe I felt like I wasn't giving him a chance. Maybe I felt like my standards were too high, but no, it wasn't. Like this experience, like many experiences, has taught me that no, like you should trust your feelings about being unsure about a dude. Because you know yourself pretty well. You should just listen to your gut and cut someone out when you feel like they should be cut out. Yeah, I hope you got something out of the story, whether it's trusting yourself or not going on any dating apps ever, or just a laugh. Yeah, that's my story. Thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for listening. I really, really appreciate you as always. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. It really helps me out and helps the channel out. And I will see you next week. All right, bye.